All right, what's going on, guys? Jeff here. It's Tuesday today. A little bit late on the news today because I just came back from work. But anyway, the market has been a little bit wobbly. We see a lot of sell-off happening, especially in the Dow Jones, in the Nasdaq, in the Russell 2000, in the S&P. Kind of, it has been a rough start to 2022, without a doubt. But anyway, let's cover some news today. Let me just bring up the news. All right, Wall Street Journal. Something I actually saw that was actually very, very interesting for me. Let me just zoom in for you guys. Okay. So Rivian's chief operating officer departed amid production ramp up. So remember, sometime in November, I would like to say, when I started to be bearish on Rivian, I said it over and over again. What I'm really worried about Rivian was the production ramp up issue. And it's so funny because the thing that the Rivian chief operating officer decided, all right, the production ramp up issue is here. I'm getting out of the company. So it's very, very, very funny for me to see this because I kind of called it. Like I was thinking that, okay, the reason why I actually called it as well was also because Elon Musk actually came out to say that it's easy for you to actually create an EV company. It's easy for you to get to your first vehicle. It's easy for you to get to your prototype. It's easy for you to get to your beta and things like that. But what most of the challenges usually comes down to is where you would have to settle for the production ramp issues. And when Elon Musk actually explained the reason why that would be an issue for a lot of people who are starting out their EV company, that became very, very clear to us that Rivian might not exactly have a clear path over there. Which is why I'm very, very glad that I was bearish on Rivian. But yeah, over here, the chief operating officer of Rivian, left the company last month as the startup was ramping up production for its first three model, which was its R1T and R1S. And another one that I'm not very sure. I'm pretty sure it's a pickup and two SUV, or two pickup and one SUV, something along that line. But yeah, basically, Rivian produced more than 1,000 vehicles by the end of 2021, which they basically only delivered eight vehicle, like eight proper client vehicle in the last quarter of 2021, which is a complete joke. Which is why I am very, very bearish on Rivian. Even right now, I still have puts on Rivian, which I'm thinking about like adding more puts on Rivian, which is kind of crazy. So yeah, Rod Cobbs retired from Rivian in December, blah blah blah. The retirement was planned for months. I'm pretty sure that right after when Ford dropped out from Rivian, basically I just thought that there's no reason for Rivian to really be that good, other than the fact that we have Mr. Jeff Bezos behind the project himself. Okay, I don't think it's himself. I think it's more of a Amazon investment per se. But yeah, I don't think that Rivian is gonna be that good of a company. But even over at like in November, Rivian raised $13.7 billion in the largest IPO, which is horrible because we saw Rivian go all the way to $170 per share. Okay, 170, and right now it's at $78. It's more than 50% down the hill. It's horrible. So yeah, basically this is just quite a simple article, simply saying that how they are leaving. So anyway, let's talk about the second news, which is Take-Two Interactive to buy Farmville maker Zynga in an $11 billion deal. So for people who do not know, Take-Two Interactive are basically the creator of Grand Theft Auto and also the NBA 2K series and stuff like that. And basically, they want to expand in their mobile portfolio with hits like Words with Friend and Farmville, I guess, with Zynga. I'm not sure if Zynga is actually doing well on this. I'm assuming, yeah, okay, they are doing well. Yeah, because of this, I think this deal is definitely going to help them a lot. Wow, from $6 up to almost $9. That's crazy. Okay, that's cool. Yeah, I think Zynga is gonna be a good stock to look at today. Yeah, more than 50% of our net bookings will come from mobile upon closing this transaction. I feel that ultimately what this basically means is that a lot of companies would most likely be moving over to the mobile platform. I think that there would be a lot more pros to move over to the mobile platform than actually just staying on the PC platform. I think for the PC platform, or console platform in general, I think that if they consistently think that it is the best for them to actually gatekeep their players to stay in a certain platform, it is going to be troublesome. Of course, they have to do a lot of platform adjustment over to your iOS. You have to move over to the Android and such. I don't think it's going to be that big of an issue. But yeah, I think because of this kind of nature of this news, I feel that a lot of time we would imagine that, people, especially in the computer games department, or the game makers, they would like to be more bullish on mobile platforms in the future to come. So yeah, I think Zynga is going to be an interesting stock to look out for, since I would like to think that Zynga is one of the bigger mobile games creator in the space, I would assume. But yeah, let's see. This was actually from yesterday. Was it? Oh, okay. Yeah. I mean, this is basically just what Jerome Powell is gonna be doing with the rate hikes. We do not know what is gonna be happening. Let's look at Barron's. Barron's, earlier I opened up this. Airlines are canceling even more flights. What's ahead? Airlines aren't catching a break. They canceled thousands of flights over the holidays because of the snowstorm, and staff members out sick from the virus. Canceled 2,600 flights over the weekends. Yeah, I think this is basically just Omicron fears. I think this is very, very evident. Yeah, they are basically just saying the amount of cancellation that's happening. I think in this graph especially, they are speaking about the 29th of March, where they have the most amount of cancellation. I feel that was the peak of the pandemic, where we actually heard of the first Alpha variant. And that was the reason why we have the most amount of cancelled flight, which I don't think will be happening again. Even if a new variant that is even stronger than the Alpha or the Delta variant comes out, I don't think that we will have this amount of peak fear like in March of 2022. I mean the March of 2020. But yeah, historically speaking, last week was a bad one. Yeah, yada yada yada. Pandemic fears, normal stuff. CNBC. Let's see. Okay. Deep bias. Drive US stock rebound after sell-off market wrap. Okay. So let's read a little bit of this. Oh yeah. So yesterday, basically, what they're saying is about yesterday's market movement. So earlier yesterday, we saw that the entire market basically just went down by 2% over the entire market. Just horrible market at the start of the morning, and afterwards, then they kind of wipe out its losses because people started to buy the dip. Which I think that kind of further shows that people are not really knowing what they want to do with this market. I feel that a lot of people are kind of like nervous in this market, which is why we have been seeing a lot of sideways trending in the first 5-6 days in the market. And like I said before, this was also something that I actually called out in my prediction video for 2022, which is we are going to see a lot of sideways trending, especially in 2022. I feel that people are not very wary of where they want to put their money into, what investment they want to get into, what industry they want to get into. Do they want to get into the recovery sector? Because recovery sector is definitely going to be very, very interesting for you to get in. Do they want to get into the technological sector? Because that's where a lot of the growth companies are at. Do they want to get into the fintech sector? Because that's where your crypto, that's where your smart payments, that's where your Visa, such are actually located at, and that actually plays into both growth sector and also recovery, because basically we want a recovering economy for them to actually have more payment market to actually go off onto, which is why I think that the whole entire market right now is just basically spooked, and they do not know what they want to do with their money. Even for myself, where I'm heavily invested, but I did sell my watch, and well, I mean, I sold my watch. Okay, FYI, I sold my watch, which is basically just a return of my investment. I got back about 38% on my 38% on the watch over 1 year, which is better than S&P without doubt. And yeah, I'm basically going to be using the money to do more investment because I believe that I kind of want to get a little bit more return in the market. But yeah, over here you can just see Even Bloomberg is just confused. When the Nasdaq 100 turned green after the gauge of giants like Apple, Microsoft dropped 8.5% from its November record. Okay, it's not that long ago. And for Apple and Microsoft, they basically have been one of the best winners in this market, especially in 2021. They are basically the biggest winner in the S&P 500. If you expect the S&P 500 as a whole, you only have like 4 companies that's actually doing the best, and the rest of the 496 company basically are just trailing behind. That's how bad it is, which is why, Apple basically the front runner of the entire S&P 500. They got like 55% over the year. Tesla got like, I don't know, like 40% over the year, which is crazy. And the rest of them, either they break even, they are like 2%, or some of them even lose money in the S&P 500. So you cannot really expect much from the S&P 500 as of late. And honestly speaking, I feel that S&P 500 might not even be that good of an index investment in the next, I don't know, 3-4 years to come. We might not really be seeing that good of return on S&P 500 in the future. So times are changing. And yeah, okay, the Feds will likely raise rates 4 times this year and will start its balance sheet runoff process in July, if not earlier. Okay, so this one, like the same thing, I actually talked about this yesterday in yesterday's news, where we actually talk about how Goldman Sachs actually think that the Feds might actually do a raising of rates 4 times, which according to the dot plot, it's about a 30% chance that we actually be seeing that. However, the new dot plot will be coming out in the next FOMC, which is going to be the end of January. So when the last dot plot chart comes out, we will be able to see if we are getting a 3 times hike rate, or are we getting a 4 times hike rate. If we're getting a 4 times hike rate, it's going to be horrible, especially for the smaller caps company. I'm going to be uploading a video about this raising rates and why this actually affect the companies tomorrow, Wednesday, where I actually upload my video. I upload on Wednesday and Saturday, just in case you are not aware of it yet. But yeah, I'm going to be creating a video likely talking about the whole Fed's increasing rate. Why does it really affect a smaller company? So stay tuned for that. But yeah, basically that's kind of all the news there is. CNBC basically not really talking much. Recently, CNBC is not really doing that well on news, I personally feel. But yeah, basically some Pfizer. Oh, this is actually interesting. Let's see. Pfizer begins making shot that targets Omicron original virus. I think for this one, basically is the whole point of saying that, you need a 4th shot, you need a 6th shot. When Pi variant comes out, you need the 5th shot. When Epsilon variant come out, you're gonna need your 7th shot or something along that line. Yeah. Nothing interesting about this. I feel that the entire Pfizer play, the entire vaccine side of things, is gonna be quite boring for the next few years to come. Because there's not gonna be much profiteering coming from Pfizer and Moderna. I think that it's gonna be it's just them doing their thing, especially with the entire pandemic ongoing and stuff. But yeah, anyway, that's all I have for today's news. It's already very late. It's almost 9. I need to hurry up and upload this to YouTube. But anyway, thank you guys for watching, and I'll see you guys tomorrow.